torture sometimes. We have a foot of snow. We had a foot of snow, and then we got another fresh 5 inches last night. And hey, what's next? A couple more storms this week. I'm gonna do a video about my cold weather riding gear, ironically, that I can't use. Anyway, let me show you what I got here. So, yeah, I don't mind the pile. I've actually done this video 3 times. Last time had no sound. First time had terrible lighting. So, I'm unpacking. Alright, so the most important thing to winter riding, cold weather riding, is to have a decent base layer. My base layer starts with this freaking 30-year-old Polar Max thermal undershirt. The thing is amazing. I had it when I was 20 years old and used to go skiing. It's good stuff. For the legs, I use freeze out long johnies. These have great wind protection and are very warm and not too crazy expensive. Get them at Cycle Gear. You know the deal. Now, riding around here, everything's wet. With the boots I use, they're like sponges. Any little bit of water gets in them. So waterproof socks are very important. I have a couple pairs. These are sealskins. They go right up under my knee. They never leak and they're really warm. These are cold weather. These are made for the cold weather. They have like a merino wool liner. Amazing things. And when it's not so cold, these are a little bit cheaper. These are like half the price. I say they're half the price and work half as good. But these are Randy Sons. You can get them on Amazon. They're very waterproof, but they're not real warm. They'll do in a pinch. So those are for like cooler weather riding. All right. I do have another piece of thermal gear that I wear when it's really cold, but that goes on over my armor. So let's talk about protection. We'll start at the gloves. Typically, these are my winter riding gloves. I know they don't look like much, but I've never been hurting them. And they're pretty warm for thin little gloves. They're called 100% Briskers. Good stuff for winter. And I do get wet, so I keep a pair of these Mechanics. Thanks, JR. These Mechanics gloves. They're not as warm, but they got a lot of protection. They're better than wet gloves. Want to see my underwear? Don't look if you're sensitive. I have a couple pairs of these padded underwear, or armored underwear. These are the Bilts, and these are the ones I wear mostly. I actually have a pair of Moose Racing, but they don't work as good. These have like multi-layered pads in them and hip protection, sacrum protection, and they even have a maxi pad in the crotch for padding your sensitive areas. Gotta wear those. I'll grab this since it's up here. This is like a drag racing neck guard. It's just a piece of foam, but I have neck injuries that go back a long way. So this thing actually stops the helmet from bobbling around and giving me a sore, aching neck. It does an amazing job. Plus, I think it limits the helmet also for a crash. So I wear that all the time. For protection, upper body protection, I wear this Moose Racing shirt. It's got CE rated back armor. It's super ventilated too, but not good in the winter. Shoulder, forearm, elbow, and chest protection. Somehow this is programmed so that any stick that's actually going to stick you somewhere will completely miss this pad and go everywhere it's not. I don't know how they do it. Everybody should be wearing knee protection, at least some impact protection. A lot of guys I ride with actually wear full brace knee guards, where you have lateral and hyperextension protection and all that. I wear these. I'm not ready for the full knee guard yet. I'll just wait till I break my knee in half. Anyways, these seem to do pretty good. They have a great impact protection, CE level impact protection. This is the Leatt dual access, so there's two bending points, two access points for the knee to bend. They're pretty comfortable, and they're hard armor, and they do have some hyperextension protection, so the knee won't go too far forward. And that's what I wear for my knees, and shin protection as well, although they're in the boot. I don't get that whole shin protection thing. Over the shirt I wear a riding shirt of some type, just for an extra layer. And of course, cool colors and Troy Lee always makes you go faster. It's the truth. Okay, so here's my optional thermal layer. This is a Warmar Freeze Out also from Psycho Gear. That's still, I wore it shoveling, snow blowing last night. It's still a little wet. I'm gonna hang it up. Anyways, that goes on over my armor and over my shirt and under my windbreaker, and it is an amazing layer of extra cold protection for when it's in the 30s and 40s. Now, you also have to wear clothes when riding off-road. So here's my winter pants, cold weather pants. These are a really beat up pair of Fly Racing Patrol pants. They're pretty good stuff, and importantly, they're over the boot style. So even though they have 50 million holes in them, the over the boot style keeps a lot of the water and mud from getting in the upper part of the boot. These are coming to the end of their life. That happened when I flipped over and hit a branch sticking out of a log. But as far as pants go, they're pretty thick, and they have adjustable ventilation. These also make good rag pockets. More vents here, a couple of vents on the back to let air flow through. They're good for adjustability, temperature adjustability, and plenty of room. They fit great. Make my butt look skinny. I had to say that. And here's another throwback to the skiing days. This is a marker parka that I've had also from my skiing days. And it's a little extra layer of wind and water protection that I throw over everything. It's big enough to fit over the armor. And it's old, but it's lasted. Alright. Oh, one other little thingy. Here's this I ripped off a Chinese armor shirt that I bought. The external armor shirt. I like the Moose Racing better. I still have the armor shirts with the hard padding, but I like that better. But this makes a good kidney belt. Gives me some sacrum protection, some kidney protection here with this padding, and the belt to cinch up and hold the fat in. Makes me look skinnier in videos. Alright, the most important stuff. There's three things you gotta have when riding off-road, doing any kind of serious off-road riding. Helmet, goggles, boots. No question about it. I don't know how people ride without goggles on. I get whipped in the eye all the time. Sticks bouncing off and branches coming in. I will not ride without goggles. Anyways, I wear the 100%. I think these are the Speeds or something like that. I don't know. But they're good goggles. They fit great and no problems with them. But the best thing about them is I can get dual pane lenses. This is where dual panes. They never fog, or I shouldn't say never fog, but they rarely fog, and if they do, it's only a little bit that isn't actually interfering with my vision. They're vented up here, but in the winter I usually wear yellow lenses because the leaves are off the trees. There's plenty of light coming through. In the summer, when the leaves are out, I usually switch to clears. I hardly ever wear tinted or shaded lenses of any kind except for the yellow in the winter. Goggles, boots. Got to get yourself a good pair of boots. I use Alpinestars Tech 7s. These are great boots, great buckle system, nice and strong, lots of protection, TPU on the back, TPU all around, TPU toe guard, very important. Trust me, I've had my toe crushed in boots without this stuff. Pain, man. And they have dual hinges, one here, one here. And very, very flexible yet stiff in the side protection, side lateral protection. With pretty good feel for the brake and shifter too. So you'd think like something like this would prevent you from having feel, but they're engineered so that you can feel your bike under you. Now let's just talk about the helmet and wrap this up. I have two of these. This is an LS2 Subverter. These helmets, check my head out. Nice haircut, huh? Took me a long time to do that today. But actually, the shape of my head is oval. So LS2 helmets are made specifically for oval heads. And this thing fits amazing. At this point, I'm going to say I don't wear anything else. They're not too expensive. They got lots of different colors. And they got a MIPS system and a very, very comfortable liner. That actually, it comes out easy and is easy to take care of. The one thing about these helmets, though, they have tremendous airflow, which for the most part in hot weather, warm weather is a godsend. They have huge venting in the back, up here, but as you can see, for winter riding, I taped this helmet up. So this is my colorful one. I have a black one that I use in the summer. But I tape these, I tape the vents up here, and that's what I use for winter riding. These also have stainless steel pins to hold the chin straps in. There's some problems with some helmets where those pins rust out, and then of course you have a huge problem if you crash and your helmet comes off. It's not going to do you any good rolling down the trail next to you. So I don't worry about that. They're very, very, very securely in there in stainless steel. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope to be out on the trails shortly. Later.